Local 7 and 103.7 WTIB present Talk of the Town with Henry Hinton. News, sports, and community information, and everything that's going on around town. Now, with Talk of the Town, here's your host, Henry Hinton.
Okay, welcome everybody. It's Talk of the Town. Tuesday morning here, coldest morning that we've had in quite a while. Temperature still showing at 14 degrees as we join you here at 8:04. Welcome in. Feels like 4 degrees, but at least it's dry. That's the good news. Temperatures today up to 26 and back down to the teens again tonight, low teens maybe. And then tomorrow the warm-up starts 41. They're saying 74 degrees by Saturday. That just makes almost no sense. But whatever. Welcome in. Good to have you here. Trent McGee is back after a day of dealing with a neurovirus. You think that's what you had?
I don't know.
Did you go to the doctor?
If it's what? No. I
don't want to hear about the symptoms, but
no. Just I tried to prevent what I thought was a bad cold. Got vitamin C, took some of the tablets and stuff.
Lindsay Fry's here from WITN. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning.
Coming up this morning, we are going to be talking to Mick Mixon, the voice of the Carolina Panthers. This, of course, is the Eastern North Carolina home of the Carolina Panthers here on 103.7, and we have got the biggest game in many years coming to Bank of America Stadium on Sunday. Mm-hmm. The Panthers will be taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And so Mick will be with us. He'll be calling the action on the radio across the Carolina Panthers radio network. And Mick will be with us here in a couple of minutes. And Lindsay will be bringing us some WITN news headlines here in a couple of minutes as well. 6 minutes after. I was talking before the news break about what happened yesterday in Las Vegas. Michael Bay is the head guy for Samsung. And apparently, you know how they go out on the stage, that these consumer shows, and used to see all this video. Bill Gates used to do
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs did it a lot. Now the guy that took Steve Jobs' place. Well, Michael Bay, who, by the way, you got to realize Samsung has been under a lot of pressure because they've been sued by Microsoft, by Apple, for they've got the iPhone. Apple has always claimed that Samsung stole the iPhone technology for the droids and all that. And there's been lawsuits that have been going on for years about that. Well, this guy Michael Bay is kind of the Steve Jobs of Samsung. And he had a meltdown yesterday in front of several hundred people in a consumer electronics show. It all happened because his teleprompter went out. So you got to wonder, that's not a good thing for Samsung. That probably, they were actually hyping up some new TVs that Samsung is trying to sell and is going to put on the market at the Consumer Electronics Show. He didn't make them look very good. The teleprompter went out, and he actually froze up, got very nervous. There was a guy talking to him, interviewing him on stage, and he got so nervous. In fact, I sensed that he was nervous to do it to begin with because, when Steve Jobs comes out, it's just him. But he had this other guy up there interviewing him, and he left the guy standing there and walked off the stage.
No. That makes it worse.
Here's the way it sounded.
What inspires you? How do you come up with these unbelievable ideas?
I create visual worlds that are so beyond everyone's normal life experiences. And Hollywood is a place that creates a viewer escape. And what I try to do is, as a director, I try to... the type is all off, sorry, but I'll just wing this.
Tell us what you think.
Yeah, we'll wing it right now. I try to take people on an emotional ride, and
The Curve? How do you think it's going to impact how viewers experience your movies?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
And now he's walking off the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank Michael Bay for joining us.
The crowd is going, what?
Wow.
How awkward was that?
Okay, I thought you meant like he was just giving a presentation. Now, like, if his prompter went out doing that, okay, maybe. But he's like supposed to be answering these questions genuinely from the heart. And
I create a emotional, genuine experience. Whoops, the teleprompter's out. It wasn't so genuine.
He also directed
Henry.
Transformers, Michael Bay.
Yeah, I mean, what an embarrassing moment for him. Huh?
Yeah, that's rough.
That's not good. That's not good. I mean, you would think a guy like that would be, I don't know, maybe he's just like
That was
maybe
weird.
he's just a computer nerd and he doesn't do well in front
Maybe
of
he's
people.
socially awkward. Yeah.
He doesn't look like, though. Have you seen him?
No, he looks like a Hollywood kind of
Yeah.
Oh, really?
a hipster.
Yeah, he does.
Kind of a cool guy, you know? I don't know.
I don't know.
Here's another interesting story. On Saturday afternoon, there was a guy named Michael Schwartz from South Salem, New York. He was flying his airplane when his engine went out. He was a single-engine airplane.
Oh, no.
And he checked in with air traffic control and said, you know, he did the Mayday thing and everything. Mm-hmm. And he was trying to find a place to land. He ended up landing on an expressway in the Bronx. He put the plane down in the Bronx on a 4-lane expressway. And he had 2 passengers on board, which turns out to be the big story. Because when they go to interview the guy's wife, as it turns out, the wife didn't know who these 2 women were that were his passengers.
No. No.
Whoops.
Terrible.
There's the spot for the Law and Order. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
One woman was 43, the other was 20. The internet, of course, has taken his wife's reaction and jumped to conclusions. One was that, well, you know what the first conclusion would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 of them together?
No.
Two ladies and the pilot. And then, or maybe, was this maybe a secret family where the 43-year-old is the mother
Oh.
and the 20-year-old is was the daughter. Here's Michael Giovanni talking to air traffic control when he was trying to make the landing on the Bronx Expressway.
Mayday 09 Juliet. We're losing engine. Where should I land? Down runway 32. I don't see anything. Which direction am I heading? I'll never make it. Where do I touch down? 09 Juliet. 09 Juliet. I'm not sure where you can touch down. You're not going to make it. Right now you're over the Bronx.
With the air traffic controller, if you can't hear, says, "I'm not sure where you can touch down. You're in the Bronx," is what he's saying to him.
Harlem River needs to be heavily populated, so I don't know where you're touch down at. Van Cortlandt Park is just off the left-hand side. There's actually a parade ground at Van Cortlandt Park just off the left.
Well, you can't really hear the air traffic controller, but I mean, the guy was. You think he was yelling Mayday when he was talking to the air traffic controller, when his wife got a hold of him.
That was just the first Mayday for him.
Mayday. Wow. How about that?
How about that?
12 minutes after 8 o'clock. Don't forget, this morning we are going to be doing our half-price hookup. It's coming up in about 47 minutes from right now. So if you've been thinking about buying a gym membership, this is it. It's $10 a month, and that's all.
That's great.
That's a great deal,
Yeah.
and it's a great gym, by the way. I love Intone Fitness. Michael was over there last night teaching a class. They have Zumba, they have Pilates and yoga and all that stuff. I don't do any of that. I just use the exercise equipment, but they got all the weights and treadmills and ellipticals. They got all the cutting edge stuff. My daughter's kind of into all that stuff, and she was over there. She worked out with me over there over the holidays, and she really thought it was a great gym. So, if you're looking for a gym membership, lose a little weight to begin the year, we've got 10 memberships to sell. This is an exclusive just for our listeners, and you have to call right at 9 o'clock this morning. We've had a lot of good feedback when we do this with golf during the spring and summer, and so we thought, why not? Let's do just an exclusive deal for our listeners for a gym membership. This is the time of year when people want to work out and get some weight off, and this is a $10 a month deal. $10 a month for a full gym membership. You won't get that anywhere. And they're running a special right now at Intone for $19.95 a month for 12 months. But if you're one of the first 10 people to call at 9 o'clock this morning, you will be allowed to buy this. You got to have a credit card to buy one. $10 a month. Your credit card will be charged $120, but you'll be a member for a year at Intone Fitness. So that is the deal this morning, and the switchboard number is 252-355-8822. 252-355-8822. That is that's the telephone number for our main switchboard here. We've got extra people coming in this morning to answer the phone. And again, you can't call until 9. At 9 o'clock this morning, these will be available for half price. So might be a good thing to give your spouse. Maybe it's been talking about. Not a good thing for the spouse.
Don't give your spouse.
Don't give your spouse. I mean, but maybe, I mean, if they've been talking about doing it, I mean, it's not like you want to do it.
Something y'all could do together.
Yeah, there you go.
Not like, here you go, babe.
My wife has been talking about it. She wants to join a gym. She's looking for a gym, so that would be okay to do.
That's a great gift.
As long as she brought it up before you did, it's not like you're suggesting that she needs it.
Exactly.
There you go.
Otherwise, you'll be in big trouble. All right, so that's coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, our half-price hookup on a full annual membership to Intone Fitness, just $10 a month this morning, 45 minutes. It's 15 after 8. Let's get a break in, and when we come back, we will check with Lindsay at the news desk and find out what's going on. And I tell you, Michael, can we also see if we can get Jim Howard on the phone for a minute and find out what's the deal? 14 degrees now, going to be 75 on Saturday. What's happening with this vortex? What is this vortex doing to our weather? We'll be back with WITN News Headlines and Lindsay Fry next.
Don't miss the incredible year-end savings at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. We are overstocked with over 400 new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram vehicles. We aren't only discounting the 2013 models, but the 14s as well. Jeep Patriot starting at only $15,990. Dodge Grand Caravan starting at only $19,990. Ram Quad Cab starting at only $26,990.
It's the big finish at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cracker Barrel in Greenville.
Think you're in good hands with your insurance company? The same people who held your hand when you bought your policy might try to wash their hands of you the moment you file a claim.
We'll help you take matters into your own hands by making sure you know your rights, and we'll fight to get you the compensation you may deserve.
At Hardy & Hardy, we're serious about seeking justice on behalf of our clients.
Count on Hardy & Hardy, protecting the rights of the seriously injured.
Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage Company will deliver a storage unit to your home or business today. Stallings Storage is the only local company providing mobile storage units 8x15 or 8x10 delivered to your site. If you are remodeling your home or office or need to store merchandise and inventory at your business, you need to call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage. We deliver, pick up, and store it for you. It's that easy, and there's no need to send your business out of town when your mobile storage needs can be met right here with people you know. Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage is located in Pitt County on Beast Oaks Road. It's a well-secured facility with a live-in manager. Fixed units range from 5 feet by 10 feet to 40 feet by 40 feet. We store boats, cars, anything you need. We are pirate supporting pirates. Call Stallings Mobile and Mini Storage today at 321-2300. That's 321-2300.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on the big picture, always striving to do what's right. Carolina Vision Care, we keep what's important in sight.
When you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. No matter where you go in Eastern Carolina, there's sure to be an attractive and always clean Trade Wilco Hess station nearby. For the absolute lowest prices on gas, groceries, and travel necessities, stop at any of the Trade Wilco Hess stations throughout Eastern Carolina. Keep your eyes on the road, but remember to look for the green and white Hess sign. The best part? No one supports the ECU Pirates more. So when you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. All right, 19 after 8 o'clock. It seems it would be more appropriate to be playing that if Auburn had won last night, wouldn't it? Coach. Why are you playing that? We should be playing like something by Florida Georgia Line, which is where Florida State is.
Good call.
That song by Florida Georgia Line that's
Cruising.
oh my God, it's been played ad nauseum. Has it not? I have it right here somewhere. Hang on.
That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean it's the top selling digital country song of all time.
Please, I can't take it.
I never heard of it. Who is it?
Have you heard the remix?
With Nelly.
Yeah.
You know what?
I could have written that song. Why didn't I write it? I mean, it's just a guy. He talks about rolling his window down
I
and cruise.
absolutely hate that song.
And by the way, it's bad grammar. I want to roll my window down and cruise. That's the way they've worded. It's not.
If that song's on the radio, if I'm in the car with my wife, turn it immediately. You know why?
Oh, come on, McGee.
No, let me tell you why. That's the song that's the song that was playing before we hit the cow. I will never listen to that song again.
Before you hit what?
The cow. When I wrecked my car. That song was on the radio.
First
You
of
hit
all,
a cow? Listen to that
you hit
song?
a cow?
This is old news. Yeah, you know, when I wrecked my car about 6 months ago.
I remember that, yeah.
That song was on. I'll never listen to it again.
All right. Fair.
Kurt, yeah.
Fair.
I
Bad
think
memories.
that song brought back bad memories.
Yeah.
for little Trent.
I'm sorry, McGee.
6.33 million downloads of that song.
Wow.
6.34, including the one that I just did.
You're helping him out.
It's an all-time record for digital downloads of any song.
Really? That's shocking.
6.33. Well, that tells you who downloads songs. I mean, you would
Not this
you
girl.
would think some classic by Springsteen or something would, but no, those people from the 80s aren't downloading this stuff. The previous record holder was the Lady Antebellum song, I Need You Now. That had 6.27 million downloads, but the Florida Georgia Line guys have, how do we get into that? Because Tallahassee's on the Florida Georgia Line. So there you go. And they won the national championship.
That was that segue.
There you go. All right, let's check some news headlines now. And then Mick Mixon is going to join us, talk about this weekend's big playoff game in Charlotte with the Panthers. Here is Lindsay now at the WITN News Desk. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Henry. Good morning, everyone. We'll take a look at some of our headlines this morning. On this very cold morning, nearly 100 homeless people are waking up indoors in warm beds, all thanks to a local homeless shelter and charitable organization. People were lining up last night to get in the Greenville Community Shelter as temperatures dropped into the teens overnight. The shelter has a capacity of 78 people, but it didn't turn anyone away, making cots on the floor when they ran out of room. The organization Angel Cops also stepped up. They put 15 homeless people into hotel rooms at the Camelot Inn on Memorial Drive in Greenville. They were also going door to door handing out food. In other news this morning, police are looking for whoever held up a man in broad daylight Sunday afternoon near an apartment complex. Greenville police report shows officers were called to an armed robbery 5 minutes before 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon at 2240 Northeast Greenville Boulevard. Now, map shows us that that's near Campus Point Apartments. Reports show that one person flashed a gun at a 20-year-old man, took his wallet, driver's license, and bank MasterCard. No injuries were reported in that case. Also new this morning, we'll be asking police about this recently published report today. Shots fired into an apartment while 3 people were inside. Greenville report shows it happened around 10:22 Sunday night at 3214 Summer Place, less than a mile from the Greenville Grand Movie Theater. No one was hurt in that shooting, and reports don't show if there was any damage to that apartment. We'll, of course, let you know what we find out from police about this case later on today. And we do have an arrest report for one of the recent shootings in Greenville. 24-year-old Jordan Stokes is charged in the early Sunday morning shooting at the Economy Inn on Stantonsburg Road. Now, Stokes is facing 2 counts of felony conspiracy, and he's under a $2 million bond. Police tell us this and many other recent acts of violence in Greenville are not random. That also includes the 2 home invasions where 2 people were shot earlier this year. Well, that's your WITN News update. Henry, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate that, Lindsay, and we'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good.
23 after 8 o'clock. We love it when Lindsay's here. But I think this is the last day you're on the schedule this week. So.
Oh, it's too bad.
We never get Jim Howard in here, but we get to talk to him on the telephone every now and then. And when seems like we only call you, Jim, when something's happening weather-wise. And
when something bad is happening. If I'm on air on your station, it's usually not good news for your listeners, I guess.
Jim Howard from WITN on the phone down the street at the WITN studios. I was watching you and Carly this morning with the bottle experiment. You guys were trying to see how long it was going to take for a bottle of water to freeze.
Yeah.
One of those bottled waters in the little plastic bottle. So what was the outcome on that?
I got a lot of problems with this experiment. I got to tell you right off the bat.
Yeah, I heard you say, well, you shook the bottle.
Shook the bottle.
Yeah.
And had it inside under the lights. I mean, you got to get it outside away from the building and not touch it.
Yeah.
For a good experiment.
But you
anyway,
can't do a TV experiment if you don't have lights.
I'm a scientist, a meteorologist. I want good quality control right down the line.
By the way, you sounded like George's father on Seinfeld. I got a lot of problems with this.
Yeah.
Got a lot of problems with you people. Let me guess. You celebrated Festivus.
You know what? I think I would have won that contest if we had followed the guidelines properly. But Heather ended up winning. It was a couple of hours. But I would have been right in the ball.
All right, so let's talk weather. So what's going on? I mean, is it really going to be in the mid-70s on Saturday?
I'm not forecasting mid-70s. Could it happen? Yeah. Right now I'm going mid to upper 60s. Some of the models say, yeah, we'll pop 70 degrees. Big swing, this big jet stream, this big trough over the East Coast going to lift well to the north. We'll get that surge of south winds. And, yeah, 70 degrees certainly conceivable by the first half of the weekend, believe it or not.
Yeah. We're getting ready to have Mick Mixon, the voice of the Panthers, on. He'll be glad to hear that. I guess that game in Charlotte, I was wondering if it was going to be played in crazy weather. And San Francisco will be glad to hear. The 49ers, who played in 2 degrees on Sunday, they get to come to Charlotte and play in 60 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be real nice. There could be a little bit of rain over there, but that would be the only problem. I think the fans are going to be real happy with the forecast. Nothing like this. I mean, this will break. I think we'll finally get above freezing probably 10, 11 a.m. tomorrow. And as you just mentioned, the big warm-up comes late week into the weekend. A lot of record lows, though, this morning.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was your we were looking at 14. What did you record as the low?
Greenville got down to 14. Kinston, 14. That's a new record. Their old record was 15. Washington, the old record was 25 degrees.
Really?
That was back in 2010. Yeah, the old record. Wow. The new record, 14. That's where Washington ended up. Last one, New Bern, the old record, 23. That happened in 2010. New Bern bottomed out at 17 degrees, and we've turned the corner. We're slowly starting to climb.
Isn't
generally
that a little
mid-teens,
suspect?
and the wind chills were right down near zero.
Isn't that a little suspect that Greenville had a record? What was the previous record in Greenville?
10.
10, yeah. So this is not a new record then?
Greenville has not set a record. Now, we may tomorrow morning. I haven't checked what that number is, but I think we will jeopardize or get close to breaking a record.
But think
about
that. If Greenville had a 10 recorded on January 7th, and Washington's lowest one was 25?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. That's a little suspect, isn't it?
I would imagine there was a little bit of a breeze coming off the water, the Pamlico. This is just guessing.
Yeah.
Holding that gauge up. Either that or the gauge wasn't functioning properly. But sometimes
that's what I'm thinking.
That is a big that's a good point.
Right.
That kind of contrast, that's suspect. So that 25, a little suspect. Way to kind of look between the lines there. Yep.
Yeah. Who was the weather guy at WITN back in those days?
You're asking me?
Yeah. What year was that? Well, that could have been like a Dick Jones kind of thing.
You know what? Actually, no. That record, that was 1969.
Oh.
You're gonna. Oh no, 2010. I'm sorry, 2010. That Washington record, that 25. So, yeah, that was Marvin. Me.
I was going to say it might have been you. Maybe it was your. Maybe the problem was you. I mean, maybe.
Are we really going to go there? That's a good point, though. But I think tomorrow morning we may actually be colder. Without the wind tonight, clear skies again, extremely dry air, you may see temperatures a click or two lower. However, without the wind tomorrow, that's the big difference.
Yeah, very good. Well, I know it's cold, but the good news is it's dry, right? I mean, if we had any moisture, it would be really miserable this morning.
Wouldn't that be great, though? Just a little bit of snow?
No.
What a waste of perfectly good cold air.
No, I was thinking this. My wife asked me last night because she was like, we've got 4 FM antennas in Eastern North Carolina, and she was like, she knows from years past that I freak out that the antennas are going to freeze, and when those antennas get ice on them and freeze up, they don't work.
Okay, well, yeah, that's a different. Let's take that out of the equation.
So
let's say that's not a problem.
You TV guys, you TV guys, you don't have to worry about that because you guys you actually have heaters in your antenna. The radio guys can't afford the heaters in the antenna.
I hate to jump. I got to go on TV. Man.
All right, bye. See you.
I'll talk to you.
All right, Jim Howard. I was holding him up from his Today Show shot there, I guess.
Yeah. Want to do that.
Sorry about that. Time got away from us. All right, it's 8:29. Thanks to Jim. We'll go to break and come back. We'll talk football with Mick Mixon next. The Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers in the NFL playoffs, live at 1 o'clock at Bank of America Stadium on Sunday. I'm very excited about it. And everybody's picking San Francisco to beat my Panthers. I don't get it. Coach, you're shaking your head. You think the Panthers are going down Sunday?
Absolutely. 49ers going to repeat the Super Bowl.
I was going to take you, but now you're X'd. We'll be back. Stay with us.
It's the final push to beat our all-time sales record, and Greenville Toyota will do whatever it takes. Hurry in today and get Toyotathon savings before it's over. Final year-end payments as low as $148 a month and 0% APR financing. Plus, shop our huge selection of recently traded certified pre-owned vehicles. With the Greenville Toyota Advantage, every new Toyota comes with covered maintenance for life. And we're open Sunday, December 29th to hit our goal. We're almost at the finish line. Hurry in today and help Greenville Toyota set another record.
At the law firm of Hardy & Hardy, we don't simply take cases.
We take your case personally.
I've been in several car accidents, and each time I've turned to Hardy & Hardy for help. They are honest, hardworking, and dependable. I've been satisfied with the conclusion of each case, and I would recommend Wayne and Charles Hardy to my family and friends.
You matter to us.
Protecting the rights of the seriously injured.
Unlock the best life has to offer for generations to come. Introducing the Legacy membership exclusively at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. As a Legacy member, you'll not only enjoy all the benefits of an active, family-friendly lifestyle, your children and grandchildren will enjoy membership status as well. Belonging to Ironwood is remarkable. Sharing it with your entire family is even better. Become a Legacy member today, only at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. Golf at its finest, life at its fullest.
Top Dog Academy is Eastern North Carolina's complete dog training facility. Top Dog provides an excellent environment for dogs of all ages with training services and work week daycare. Top Dog is located on Highway 43 South, just 4 miles from Bells Fork, and features a comfortable, healthy environment and a spacious facility for daycare and a brand new, beautiful facility for training. Call 752-8215 or visit topdogonline.com.
Come on out Highway 43 South to Top Dog Academy, where we know dogs.
Pepsi, born here, raised by Panthers fans everywhere.
Raise your Pepsi for a chance to win the ultimate fan experience. See specially marked 18 packs or visit PepsiRaisedHere.com to learn more.
Many people in Eastern North Carolina suffer from diabetes. The question is, can the disease be managed before it causes harm? Are there lifestyle changes that can help prevent it in the first place? And can a health system really make a difference? At Vidant Health, we're empowering people with tools and resources to detect and manage chronic disease. Can diabetes education and management help members of your family lead healthier lives? The answer is definitely yes.
Okay, welcome back. It's Talk of the Town here on a Tuesday morning, 33 minutes after 8. That means we're 27 minutes away from our half-price hookup on those gym memberships. We're going to sell those gym memberships at half price at 9 o'clock this morning at our main switchboard number at 355-8822. It's an exclusive for our listeners only. at Intone Fitness. So stand by for that. $10 a month for a gym membership. We'll give you more details in a couple of minutes as we get closer to 9 o'clock. But right now, let's turn our attention to football and the NFL playoffs. And our Panthers are going to be hosting the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock in Bank of America Stadium. And Mick Mixon joins us right now, the voice of the Carolina Panthers. Good morning, Mick. How are you?
Good morning, Henry. What in the world's going on?
You know, we were just talking to Jim Howard from WITN here, and it looks like we're going to get a real break with the way. It might rain, but this cold snap's moving out of here, and temperatures could actually be in the 70s.
Wow. What's the temperature right now in Greenville?
14. How about Charlotte?
I think we got to 9.
Did you really?
Yeah, I just got a little El Cheapo thermometer outside, and I just went out and looked at it a little bit ago. But last night, I mean, we got out of Panther Talk. Walked out of the stadium at about 9:15 at night, and the wind just hit you right in the face. And
yeah.
You know, Colin Kaepernick and the boys, you got to give them credit. Kaepernick was showing all the tattoos and the arms.
I know
at Green Bay. He didn't seem to be bothered by the cold.
I couldn't believe those guys were out there in short sleeves. That was crazy. With 2 degrees, wind chill was about 10, so 10 below, something like that.
I know, but if I had arms like that, I'd have them make me a sleeveless suit so I could wear to work.
I know you got tats up and down your arm like that. Don't even try. You got the.
Do you have a tattoo?
I do not.
No, I ain't got one. If I ever got a tattoo, you better call 911.
Number one, I don't get the tattoo thing. Number two, I'm too chicken. I don't want anybody burning my skin with ink. I don't get that. But anyway,
yeah,
that's
I know. There's some beautiful artwork.
Yeah, I guess.
But,
I don't get it.
Yeah. Anyway, so how you doing otherwise?
I'm doing great. Hope you had a great holidays. Got to see you for, I guess I was over there for the Jets game, but this is a big one coming up, isn't it? And you know what? And everybody's picking the 49ers to beat us. What's up with that?
Well, it's just perfect. I mean, you couldn't diagram it any better. You want to be the underdog if you can, and under-promise and over-produce. And I think that San Fran, people nationally think that they're the class of the field, that they're the best team remaining right now, and they may be right. They got the outstanding defense. They're not just physical, Henry. They're violent. I mean, they come up and just try to put you in the dirt.
Yeah.
Especially from the back moving forward. I mean, the guys with numbers in the 20s and 30s, and the guys with numbers in the 50s, and the guys with numbers in the 90s. I mean, they just crush you. So that'll have to be dealt with. But the Panthers kind of exposed. They stopped Gore last time in November in a 10-9 win, and then kind of exposed Kaepernick. They kept him in the pocket and pressured him in the pocket. They didn't let him. They set a hard edge, didn't let him get outside. And he's not. You wouldn't say he's a great passer even on his best day.
Yeah, you know, Green Bay didn't do that, though. Green Bay let him get out there and run, and, boy, that's when he kills you. But, you know, all the talk about the San Francisco defense this week, is that going to fire up our man, the Kraken?
The Kraken is already fired up, although he does.
Do you ever run into Greg Hardy in the halls over there?
Of course. Did I tell you that?
I would move out of the way. In fact, I did. When I was over there, they took us. Your boy Eric Fiddleman with your radio team took us down to the field, and we literally were walking out the tunnel, and Greg Hardy, the Kraken, was walking in with the gold shoes and the whole thing, and I literally put my back up on the wall. I was like, "That's the Kraken. I'm not getting close. I'm not getting close to him."
You only know half the story. I talked to Greg later that week, and he said, "Mick, was that Henry Hinton of Talk of the Town?"
Yeah, probably. He probably did say that.
He said, "I put my back against the wall when I saw him. He's a legend."
Yeah, right.
Did I tell you that I talked to Greg, and I said, "Greg, you got this nickname, the Kraken?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Would you?" I said, "I've always wanted a name like that." I said, "Would you mind if I went by the Cracker?"
That would fit you perfectly.
And his response was?
He laughed. He thought that was good. He said, "You could refer to yourself in the third person. You know, it would intimidate the other broadcasters." I said, I know. If I can borrow some face paint, I'm going with it."
Is that a true story?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I don't know whether you're telling the truth or not. Hey, I like that.
Before you guys escape the Greg Hardy conversation, Mick, do you think that the Panthers will place the franchise tag on him?
We place 2 franchise tags on him if we could right now.
Yeah.
He's special. I was talking on the post-game show a game or two ago when he had the huge game, and I said, we just had interviewed him, and I said, by the way, Greg Hardy's agent is on hold for Dave Gettleman on lines 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, his contract's up, right? And so the Panthers management and ownership, they're going to have to decide whether they bring out the entire vault or not, because he's going to be expensive to re-sign.
Well, it's really cool. I mean, Greg Hardy has said, and we'll see come contract time, but Greg has said that he's not, he's not going to try to hold anybody up. He loves playing with the Panthers. He likes.
Oh, we never heard that
here.
before.
I know, but let me just tell you that let's not cloud the issue with facts or logic. Now, let me just tell you the rest of it. Greg said he would.
I got one word for you. I got one word for you that'll change all that.
What's that?
Agent.
I know.
He may not want to cloud the issue, but the agent will. Trust me.
I know, you're right about that. But Greg said he would take less to stay here and play here, and that's kind of cool. No matter how it ends up shaking out.
Yeah, he's not a very good negotiator then.
You learned from the Hevnerian school of negotiating, so you would know.
So did you. All right, so Panthers and 49ers, and I think it's going to be a great matchup. It's going to be fun. Maybe the best two young quarterbacks in the NFL with Cam Newton and Colin Kaepernick. The eyes of the entire nation will be on this game on Sunday. It's going to be a big deal.
Well, I think it will be, and the town is already, the whole region is already just, amped up like you don't even know. Tickets are going for insane prices.
Yeah, I know.
And I think what Coach Rivera wants to do, Henry, is is try to just dim it down just a little to make sure the Panthers know that all this, the TV trucks and the microwave dishes and all the pomp and circumstance is great, but once the game starts, let's remember that we play this game because we love it. It's going to be a fun day, and just the Niners are favored, so let's just go ahead and try to rock their world and relax and have fun.
Last time they played, about a month and a half ago.
November 10th.
Was it November 10th? The 49ers did not score a touchdown. And, that's pretty significant. I mean, they everybody's talking about San Francisco's defense, but they know that coming in here and getting the Panthers at home, that they're playing against a very formidable foe. And my guess is they'll probably do something differently than they did back in November when they played the Panthers.
I think you're right. I'm glad you mentioned that because there is a lot of talk about San Francisco. San Francisco has the experience. They got the Harbaugh. They got Kaepernick. They got the defense. But this is not exactly the 11 Vestal virgins that the Panthers will be rolling out there on defense. They're going to have something to say about it also. And I agree with what you're saying. I mean, the defensive plan was really good last November 10th, last game. I don't think the Panthers will want to just go with that same kind of game plan. I'm sure Sean McDermott has dialed up some new twists and new tango techniques and some in-tackle games, the double-A gap blitz that the Panthers like, doing some different things with that to try to confuse San Fran if they can.
And Mick, something different will have to be done for the simple fact that the 49ers are going to have Michael Crabtree back in the lineup, who they did not have in November, and they also lost Vernon Davis in the second quarter of that game back in November due to a concussion. So both of those guys back and healthy makes this 49ers offense that much better.
You're exactly right. That's a great point. I mean, Kaepernick in the Green Bay game, he completed some explosive play passes, some chunk plays, by just kind of throwing to a spot. I mean, just kind of heaving the I don't say heave. I'm not saying it in an unkind way. Jake Delhomme, Cam Newton, Panther quarterbacks have done this too, but just try to give your receiver a chance, even against double coverage, to work back and make a play or to jump up and make a play. Crabtree and Vernon Davis and Anquan Bolden are three of the best in the league at that, and they all play on the same football team, San Fran.
Crabtree catches everything. Yeah, he just catches everything. We got a little connection to Michael Crabtree because Lincoln Riley, who is, of course, our offensive coordinator over here at East Carolina, coached him at Texas Tech, and they're good buddies. And I noticed they were tweeting each other this week, which is kind of cool. But
and Mick, you mentioned Sean McDermott. How the Panthers sidestepped his meeting with the Redskins over the weekend. Has that been a distraction at all for this football team?
A little bit. You just interrupted Henry, by the way. That's not good for
I get that all the time, Mick. I can do that. That's fine.
I was finished.
Yeah.
I was finished.
He does it to me all the time.
Yeah.
If y'all are about common law, y'all been working together long enough now. But anyway, Sean McDermott is not saying much about the Redskins interview. I don't blame him. It's not. He doesn't want it to be a story of distraction right now. But if it's not Washington, someday very soon he will be a head coach in the NFL. He is a star in waiting.
He really is, isn't he? Yeah, he may get that job. Who knows? All right, Mick Mixon, we'll be listening to you in Eugene and Jim on Sunday. Airtime is noon right here on 103.7 and across the Carolina Panthers radio network. Across, how many stations are you guys on? You're on like a bunch of stations.
Fiddleman's got us cleared on about 60.
Really?
And then they've got the Spanish language network as well.
Yeah.
So they got some stations. We're on in Mexico City.
Yeah, I know. I was in the booth the other. We talked about that last time. I was in the booth with your play-by-play guy over there. What's his name?
Jaime or Jamie? I call him Jamie. I ordered Rosetta Stone, but I never got past the first chapter.
You got to stand up and start screaming like he does when something happens.
They do that.
Capitan.
They do that for the commercials for the local funeral home.
I think they do actually.
Their style does not change. I talked to Jamie about it. He said our culture is wake up, grandma.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what he said.
That's it. All right, last question for you. I don't know the answer to this. If the Panthers, and we don't want to look ahead, but if the Panthers win on Sunday, they will play the winner of the Saints-Seahawks game. And if the Saints win that, they'd be back in Charlotte again for another game, would they not?
Well, you said you didn't want to look ahead, but now you're looking ahead.
I know.
But, yes, you're right.
If Seattle wins, then the Panthers would go to Seattle the next week.
Exactly, because Seattle's a 1 seed in the NFC. The Panthers are a 2 seed. Wouldn't that be wild, even though we're not looking ahead? We're just talking about what it would be like to look ahead.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be if the Saints could go out there and win, and they could do it?
I think they'll win. I'm picking the Saints. I'm picking the Saints because I want the game to be back in Charlotte the next week.
Well, it's easy for you. You just call McCrory, and he'll get you tickets. And
no, I'm calling you for the next one, though.
That's a funny joke.
All right. Thank you, Mick. Good talking to you. Maybe I'll see you Sunday.
I hope so, man. Come see us.
All right. Mick Mixon, the voice of the Carolina Panthers. And, of course, we got the game for you right here. 12 o'clock airtime coming up on Sunday here on the Carolina Panthers radio network here on 103.7 WTIB, the Eastern North Carolina home of the Carolina Panthers. 14 in front of 9 o'clock. Let's get a break in. Coming back with more sports from McGee. McGee will tell us about that national championship game last night. There was a football game last night, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I think so.
I thought I heard you say that. Be back with sports.
Don't miss the incredible year-end savings at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. We are overstocked with over 400 new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram vehicles. We aren't only discounting the 2013 models, but the 14s as well. Jeep Patriot starting at only $15,990. Dodge Grand Caravan starting at only $19,990. Ram Quad Cab starting at only $26,990.
It's the big finish at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cracker Barrel in Greenville.
When you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco. No matter where you go in Eastern Carolina, there's sure to be an attractive and always clean Trade Wilco Hess station nearby. For the absolute lowest prices on gas, groceries, and travel necessities, stop at any of the Trade Wilco Hess stations throughout Eastern Carolina. Keep your eyes on the road, but remember to look for the green and white Hess sign. The best part? No one supports the ECU Pirates more. So when you're on the go, it's Trade Wilco.
Unlock the best life has to offer for generations to come. Introducing the Legacy Membership exclusively at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. As a Legacy member, you'll not only enjoy all the benefits of an active, family-friendly lifestyle, your children and grandchildren will enjoy membership status as well. Belonging to Ironwood is remarkable. Sharing it with your entire family is even better. Become a Legacy member today, only at Ironwood Golf and Country Club. Golf at its finest, life at its fullest.
Having a vision of what really matters is how we succeed. Keeping an eye on the ball, seeing all the things that we need. Focusing on the big picture, always striving to do what's right. Carolina Vision Care, we keep what's important in sight.
Top Dog Academy is Eastern North Carolina's complete dog training facility. Top Dog provides an excellent environment for dogs of all ages with training services and workweek daycare. Top Dog is located on Highway 43 South, just 4 miles from Bells Fork, and features a comfortable, healthy environment and a spacious facility for daycare and a brand new, beautiful facility for training. Call 752-8215 or visit topdogonline.com.
Come on out Highway 43 South to Top Dog Academy, where we know dogs.
All-time sales record, and Greenville Toyota will do whatever it takes. Hurry in today and get Toyotathon savings before it's over. Final year-end payments as low as $148 a month and 0% APR financing. Plus, shop our huge selection of recently traded certified. Needs financing? We can help. With the Greenville Toyota Advantage, every new Toyota comes with covered maintenance for life. We're almost at the finish line. Hurry in today and help Greenville Toyota set another record.
Talk of the town at 10 minutes in front of 9 o'clock. 10 minutes and counting before we open up the phone lines and let you call in and get that half-price membership to N-Tone Fitness. Just 10 minutes from right now. So if you know somebody who, call a friend. Maybe somebody will join with you and you'll have a workout buddy and get in shape this year at N-Tone Fitness. It's a half price, $10 a month. And that is 10 minutes from right now. And the telephone number to call, 355-8822, our main switchboard number here. 355-8822, $10 a month for an annual membership at N-Tone Fitness, one of the nicest gyms in town. So stand by for your chance to do that. Right now, let's check our sports update, national championship and more. Here's McGee on sports.
All right, and Jameis Winston led FSU on an 80-yard game-winning touchdown drive with just 1:18 left in the fourth quarter to give the Seminoles a 34-31 come-from-behind win over Auburn in the BCS national title game. Winston produced the game winner with a clutch 2-yard touchdown pass to Kelvin Benjamin, the big 6'6" target with just 13 seconds to go. And he finished 6 of 7 for 77 yards on that final drive. Here's what Winston had to say. Here's what he said he told his teammates right before they started their game-winning drive.
With 1:15 to go in this game, final drive, what did you tell your teammates around you?
I said, guys, we didn't come here for no reason. I said, guys, this is ours, man. This is all the adversity we went through. The first few quarters, it was ours to take. And like I've been saying, we control our own destiny. And those men looked me in my eye and they said, we got this, Jameis. And I said, are you strong? They said, I'm strong if you strong. And I said, we strong then.
I'm strong, too. And the Seminoles completed a perfect 14-0 season by
winning. He's not going to be a Rhodes Scholar now, is he?
But most likely not, but he's going to be a rich scholar very soon by winning the final BCS title game and ending the SEC's run of 7 consecutive national championships. The final AP College football poll released early this morning. Florida State number 1, Auburn 2, Michigan State 3, South Carolina 4, Missouri number 5, Duke finishing in the AP top 25 at number 23. Speaking of the Blue Devils, they're in action tonight, one of 5 top 25 games as Georgia Tech will visit Cameron Indoor Stadium for a matchup with the number 16 Duke. 7 o'clock tip-off there from Cameron.
And we have that game for you here on the radio.
Yes.
At 6 o'clock airtime.
Yes, we do. And for the first time since December 2007, Duke is not in the top 10 of the Associated Press college basketball poll. Arizona, Syracuse, Ohio State, 1, 2, 3, respectively. In this week's poll, Duke again number 16, and North Carolina dropped out after losing to Wake Forest. Also tonight in the ACC, NC State will be on the road at Notre Dame for a 9 o'clock tip-off there from South Bend.
All right, very good. That's our sports update brought to you this morning by Debut Cafe. If you have not tried Debut Cafe, they're open for breakfast now every morning, Monday to Saturday, actually. I was actually out here Saturday morning and had it. They're located right in front of us here. Debut Cafe, right in the front of Arlington Crossing Shopping Center. And what's good for us is we can go out our back door and go into their front door. And they got daily
back door.
They got daily specials. Of course, they got their world famous chicken salad, which if you remember what's the name of the Dale lady that they used to have the place out by Farmville? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Can't think of the first name of it now. But anyway, everybody's listening.
Catherine?
No, I think it's Barbara. I don't know. Anyway, she still does the chicken salad. So they've got the world-famous chicken salad at Debut, and they have lunch specials every day. Listen to today's lunch special. Would this be perfect on a very cold day? Hot pimento cheese dip with pita chips today, just $4.99. And then you could get one of those great chicken salad sandwich, one of the Debut Cafe chicken salad sandwiches. Awesome. On Wednesday, they got half sandwich, half soup for just $6.49. Thursday's a special, lasagna with garlic bread, $7.99. And then on Friday, they got their famous ribs, a half rack of ribs and 2 sides for $8.99. And lunch on Saturday, even the special for lunch on Saturday, American beef and cheddar for just $6.99. Great daily specials every day. They got their famous chicken salad that you hear so much about at Debut Cafe right here in front of us on Arlington Boulevard and Arlington Crossing. Debut Cafe, open for breakfast, some of those great cheese biscuits and sausage biscuits, and open every day at lunch. And they've got great lunch specials at Debut Cafe, 854. 5 minutes now before the half-price gym memberships go on sale. I was just reading the internet. There's a story this morning, McGee, in the Fayetteville Observer about all the restaurants in the Pinehurst Southern Pines area that are getting ready for not one but 2 U.S. Opens. I didn't realize they're having the women's U.S. Open and the men's U.S. Open this year in Pinehurst. Did you know that?
I did. Yeah, because I was in Pinehurst not too long ago, and a good buddy of mine runs courses 4 through 8, and he was telling me all about how they're getting ready. They've done $1 million. It's over $1.5 million renovation just to the clubhouse to get ready for this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think the men's U.S. Open will be played at Pinehurst No. 2 on June 12th through the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, the next week, June 19th through the 22nd, the LPGA, the women's U.S. Open. It's unusual, isn't it?
It is, to have them back to back. And he said they'll close the course coming up pretty soon. As they're going to extend the driving range out. If you've been before, extend that. They're going to redo kind of the back end of a couple of holes. They'll close the course completely until the men's Open tees off there in June.
So if you've been looking to buy a business, go buy a restaurant in Pinehurst.
Yeah, it's going to be popping this year for sure.
You'll have 2 weeks. 2 weeks to make a lot of money anyway. I tell you what, there's an article in the Fayetteville Observer this morning about how these restaurants, that there's a bunch of restaurants that have opened, and there are a lot of restaurants that are, kind of gearing up for it, and it's going to be a big summer at Pinehurst. I don't. Do you?
Or just go buy a home and rent some of the players. He was telling me guys like Mickelson have already gotten their homes and how much they pay to rent it for the week for their family.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So these guys, when they travel somewhere like this, they bring the whole family and stay the whole week.
They'll rent a home. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. That's really interesting. There'll be a lot of folks trying to get tickets and that kind of thing. I do not like going to the golf tournaments. You can't see, golf is not a spectator sport if you're there at the course, because you can't, if the action, you might be in one part of the course and the real action is taking place in another part of the course. And the other thing too, the people who follow the leaders, the crowds are so large, you can't get close enough to really see. I prefer
the practice rounds.
Yeah.
Because you can do what you want, follow who you want, and so.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I probably will not go down. I don't know. I might go down for a practice round or something. I got a good friend in Pinehurst too.
I would for a practice round for sure.
Yeah. All right. Very good. So that's coming up this summer. All right. That is pretty much talk of the town for today. Now we're down to 2 minutes, and I'm going to give you the phone number again. This is the phone number to call if you want to get one of these half-price gym memberships. They are available. Again, this is exclusive to our radio station's listeners only. And there's only 10 of them available. And here's the deal. We're going to sell, in 2 minutes, we're going to sell 10 of these gym memberships to Intone Fitness, which is right here in the same complex that we're located in Arlington Crossing, which is right in front of the Big Physicians East operation here in the medical district of Greenville. 10 of these memberships for $10 a month. Now, you got to have a credit card. We've got operated. I just walked down the hall. We got folks standing by waiting to take your calls. If you call and get a busy signal, keep calling because we only have 10. and your credit card will be charged $120, but that's good for an entire year, an annual membership to Intone Fitness, full membership that includes full use of the facility, just like every other member. Their current membership price right now is $19.95 for an annual membership. You can buy one in this morning in just a few minutes for $10 a month, which is probably the best deal you're going to see for a first-class gym like Intone Fitness. So if you've been thinking about, you're on the fence, you're thinking about, maybe it's time for me to join a gym, this would be the time, right? So the telephone number here at the station is 252-355-8822, 252-355-8822, and you can call right now, and we'll start the sale on the half-price hookup exclusive to WTIB listeners only for half-price memberships at Intone Fitness. You can call us right now. Again, the switchboard number 355-8822. Thanks to Mick Mixon. Thanks to everybody for being with us this morning. Have a great day. Try to stay warm. One more night of this cold stuff, and then we get into better weather toward the end of the week. And we'll see you later on Talk of the Town. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.